Hi YouTube, today I'm going to be reviewing the Wild War Wave 1 and 2 dinosaurs because I have nothing else to do. Usually when I'm reviewing one of them, I'll do it by themselves and it still be in the box. But because I already unboxed them and stuff, I at least have all 8 of them. So why not just make them into like one big video and stuff and review them all individually in the same video, if you get what I mean. With all that being said, let's get into it. So right here we have the Afrovenator, the Metriacanthosaurus, the Stomatosuchus, the Pteranodon, Triceratops, Ceratosaurus, that pliosaur I still can't pronounce for some reason, and the Cryolophosaurus. Right now, I'm pretty sure I'm going to review the Afrovenator. I'm going to start from the left and then end on the right. So let's take a closer look at this. By the way, I'm not going to do like review the sounds and stuff or like the lights that are included. Yes, I know that's basically their main feature, but because some of them and also most of them don't have like their batteries in, so you can't really hear the sounds and lights. I do apologize for that, but that's just my video and stuff. If you want to see other people reviewing the lights and sounds, go check them out. Right now I'm going to check out on sculpting, painting, and proportions because geez, they vary a lot. With that being said, let's continue with it. So right here, the sculpting details and stuff look pretty decent. You notice most of the scales on the front, but because it's like shiny plastic and stuff, you can't really see it unless you shine a light onto it. The painting detail is very minimal. From what I could see, I see at least 5 different paint applications, which would be good if they weren't so like splotched onto one area. Yeah, you get like these faded browns on the legs and stuff, but it could use a bit more, maybe like more above the thigh and stuff. And then maybe these blue stripes go down to the tail and stuff. This underbelly color can go at least to the belly, because it's not really an underbelly color if it's not even covering the underbelly, if you get what I mean. And yeah. The eyes, if you look closer to the eyes, you could tell that there's like a factory plastic. That pupil right there, it's dark blue. It's the same color as this. I get why they do it to save up on money and stuff, but it would be good enough if you added like a black dot. That would be it. Like that little tinty little black dot. But I see what they're doing. By the way, you notice these larger scales mainly on the leg, they're also on the back and stuff. If they exaggerate a bit more, maybe then it would look a bit better. But because they made it like so flat and stuff, it's barely noticeable. You might as well just make it like all of these fine scales and stuff. Also, when I first saw this, I imagined more like a salamander look. Like, because of all these like, I don't even know what these are. Like little feathers and stuff. Or like bags of like loose skin. And then there's this like unnecessary crest that I don't think Afrovenator had in real life. It more reminded me of like those tyrannosauroids that you see, like the Sinotyrannus, the Eutyrannus, Proceratosaurus, etc. I don't get why they added this, but they'll probably gain like inspiration from them anyway. It would have been better if it looked more megalosaurid like, because literally it is a megalosaurid. If you look at the proportions itself, you could tell that it's a bit too long and the tail's like very short compared to the rest of the body. If they did like a little extension like what they did with the Baryonyx, then that would be good. They should really copy of what Baryonyx is doing. It has a long tail, it has decently proportioned body, legs, arms, and stuff. Even though the Jurassic World Rebirth Baryonyx was inaccurate based on real life standards, it still had like a decently proportioned body. Something that could be taken as like reality and stuff. So, would I recommend this? Not as a adult figure and stuff, obviously not. These are made for kids, and this is made to be like brightly colored and stuff. So I'll be like maybe a 6 out of 10 for this one. I'm just going to put that here. Next, we're going to look at the Metriacanthosaurus, and boy, I have a lot to say, but let's start on its let's start on the sculpting detail. The sculpting detail, it is very nice. Yes, it's very inaccurate, but it's very decent, but it's not really over exaggerated, if you get what I mean. It's not like these many quills and stuff. No, not really like anything. There's no like massive tail fin. There's yeah. I mean, yeah, it has this, but I'll get to that soon. If we look at the head is like very shrink wrapped. You could see like the entire skull. The overall head, not gonna lie, it looks Metriacanthosaurid and not Metriacanthosaurid, if you get what I mean. Like, you could tell it is the Jurassic World Metriacanthosaurus, but in my opinion, the snout looks a bit too long. Kind of like, and for some reason it has like a little notch. Not too sure if you see it, but it's, I'd rather have it more like just not going like this, but more like just a U shape and all of that stuff. I also noticed it has these like little spike things. It is like very bad if it was like accurate stuff, but you could think of it like a beard. You could think of the head or like part of the inspiration being off a bearded dragon. And that was like one of the first things I saw. A desert animal that was based off desert animals and stuff, such as the bearded dragon, which is from my homeland. If we move down the body, you'd notice these like rows of osteoderms and stuff. These big scales and things. I'm pretty sure they're like based off crocodiles and ankylosaurids. If you look down here, you get a bit more finer and more like just wrinkly skin and stuff. And then if you get here, boy, is my biggest problem. It's the Kentrosaurus spikes. I don't know why they added it, but they probably thought that it looked too plain, like too much of a plain dinosaur, so they added this to give off some flair. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's not that bad. The Torvosaurus, it does have these like fish-like what is it, spines protruding from its tail, but at least it has an action feature for that. So this is at least like some exception to a degree. If I was doing like some customization, I would get rid of this, but for the people who don't want to ruin it but is still frustrated out of this, then fine, that is fair. But in my opinion, I like it and don't like it at the same time to some degree. I also noticed some that these spikes are like asymmetrical. I kind of like that little detail and stuff. If you haven't noticed with the Merigaya from like a couple years ago, it does have like broken spines and stuff. Yeah. If you look at the legs, you could see these giant scales and more finer scales. It has those classic scoots that you see on every single dinosaur from this toy line. And then I haven't mentioned the head. There are like very fine scales here and there. These still like overlapping, what is it, scales, osteoderms thingy. And yeah. If I were to get this over the Metriacanthosaurus that we see from like a couple years ago, I would be very happy. Yes, it has all of this, but yeah, it's a good thing because this is at least better than the one that was a couple years ago. Plus, this kind of also has an excuse because it's basically part of like a mutant toy line, so yeah, accuracy doesn't really matter that much in the Jurassic World franchise and toy line. By the way, the colors, they are minimal in a good way. It's made to be a desert animal, so it shouldn't be that flashy. It's given this like very dark maroon color with these warm grays, and for some reason these pink stuff. Anyways, the colors, I noticed there are at least 5 colors. The eye, the underbelly, this light peach color, this more orangey peach color, and the main base coat of the maroon. I like how it's more neutral and more warmer colors, besides from all of these ones at the back. And it looks like the most realistic one, which probably is one of my favorites. If I were to recommend this to anyone, if they want like realism and stuff, this has to be like the most realistic one here. And I'll give this like a an 8 out of 10. That's my opinion. I'd love this. If this is my opinion. If you don't like it, that's fair, because it does have its issues. I'm just gonna put it here. Next up, let's move on to Stomatosuchus. Now, Stomatosuchus, I mean, it does look good on a first glance, but you could definitely notice some of its issues. But let's start from the face. You get these like larger scales here, like more moderate scales. Its head is like slightly not malnourished, what was it? Shrink wrapped. For some reason it has more of like a dinosaur skull than a crocodile skull. If they just, you notice like these 3 different holes for some reason. I actually haven't looked at the Stomatosuchus skull yet, but I'm pretty sure that's like inaccurate and stuff. If you look at the mouth, you get these tiny little teeth, which are very accurate towards Stomatosuchus, because it was more like the whale of its time, not only it being very big, but it had like this little pouch thing, which you do see. And it does get like a bit smoother here. It's not too jagged and stuff. Unless you're looking at the overbelly, like, oh my days. But I will get to that. Anyways, it's decently chunky. The scales do get a bit flatter. I mean, you could say it's a bit more streamlined that way. Anyways, if you move down here, you get the more traditional crocodile scales with all these like squares and stuff. But then you notice this. And oh my days, they can't just make a proper crocodile like tail and stuff where it just looks normal. I mean, Dinosuchus, remember that no, not Dinosuchus, Sarcosuchus, like from a while back, somewhat achieved this. But as time goes on, you get more like messed up tails and stuff that don't really look good for like swimming and stuff. You also do get these like little osteoderms that you see with like today's crocodiles and stuff. And yeah, it's not really that bad. I wish they like gave it more like a traditional crocodile tail instead of whatever this is, because this does not look like well for like swimming and stuff. I mean, yeah, it could still like submerge and stuff, but if it's trying to catch like fish, it would need like a more powerful tail. Yeah, it's all chunky and stuff, but this does not look good for like swimming. It's like trying to paddle with like paddles with holes in it. It's not really, yes, it will get you forward, but not as much as like a normal paddle with like no holes. Anyways, if you look down here, you do get these like little spikes and stuff, and the little hexagon like scales are still present, and it also has like these webbed feet, which good on ya. And yeah, sculpt wise, it's okay-ish. I'm not really a fan of it, but I don't mind it at the same time. Anyways, if you look at the colors itself, I counted at least 4 colors, being the yellow, this, for some reason, I don't know, random spot here, the green base coat, and the eye, which is a bit more brighter. And yeah, I don't know why they added this, but they could have just continued on with the yellow and saved more money. But I guess they want to add more color variety. If so, you could have just done like a lighter green, or because this just looks a bit out of place. And there is something else that does have out of place colors, but I will get to that. The proportions, they are decently okay. I wish the tail is like drooping down a bit more so that it doesn't look like it's just lifting it in the air. But I guess the idea could be it is lifting it in the air to like intimidate something, but at least add something like a bit more flashing or intimidating, if you get what I mean. Kind of like how a dinosaur has like, say for Metriacanthosaurus, for example, if its tail was up, it at least shows something that's a bit threatening, like these spikes. But if you look at the Stomatosuchus, all it has is like this whitish, yellowish color, which I don't think is really threatening compared to anything like these other extreme features. And yeah, not really sure about this, but I'll give it at least a 7 out of 10, or a 7.25 out of 10. I'd say this is a pretty decent figure. Would I recommend it? If people who like at a young age and they like crocodiles, then I'm pretty sure they'll like this. By the way, it also lunges in the air. Isn't that pretty nice? Like it just grabs a dinosaur and like nom 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 nom. Although it's more like for fish, I guess people can imagine it for it being dinosaurs and stuff. And yeah. Next up is the Pteranodon, and boy, this is God my least favorite one out of here. I mean, it's not really a dinosaur, but oh God. But the sculpting and detail, there's a lot to be said. We look at the head. I really thought this was gonna have like a more Geostembergia head, which is now converted to be Pteranodon. It would really be cool if they added more like this instead of they had like, I don't know, something like like a skin membrane, kind of like what you see with Parasaurolophus in the old days and stuff. I don't get why they really added it, but it's just there and stuff. If we look at the underbelly, it's strangely wrinkly and all for some reason like wrinkles and stuff. And if you look at the top, you get barely any like covering and stuff, like all these pigment fiber furs and stuff. Yes, the Pteranodons we see in the Jurassic World franchise don't have this, but if you're gonna add like these for like feathers and stuff, at least make a more covering and stuff, or else it just looks do something like what the Quetzalcoatlus did, you know, the one that was just like released like last year and stuff. And yeah, it just looks weird to a Jurassic World standard. If you look at this is just weird. It just has these bat-like wings and stuff. This is more of a bat, and it also has these crocodile scales. I don't get why it has those crocodile scales. It just makes it look weird, like ugh. The teeth, I'm pretty used to the teeth, but you know what I'm not used to? It going all the way here. Like, they can't just stop it right there. If I were to customize it, I'll cut those teeth out. Like, the ones that are like covering, like whatever this is called. And yeah, the sculpting detail, yes, it is very detailed, but to a Jurassic World standard, no. But I'm not gonna lie, as much as I hate it, it does succeed as looking like a monster and stuff. If it was like in King Kong and stuff, it would benefit there, because it you could at least say it's like a evolved Pteranodon made to be more gnarly and stuff. Like, rah, I'm a Pteranodon and stuff and all of that. Yeah. But to Jurassic World, this just looks ugly as hell. Anyways, let's get onto the colors. Now, there are at least 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 colors. I'm pretty sure I'm noticing a pattern here, like they have like a strict color palette. Like these need to have like 5 or 4 colors, like minimum, or like maximum or something, so that they could like save on money. I mean, the inside, they don't really count because that's basically a standard. But if you're looking out here, it is like very minimal. The eye has the same factory color pupil. This for some reason is here. I don't get why, but it just is. This is all like clear plastic to like better suit the light effect, so like it spreads across the wings and stuff. For some reason they made it blue. If they made it red, that would be at least a bit better. And yeah, I don't really have that much to say. For people who like it, I can't really blame you, because it is a gnarly pterosaur. But for me, I don't really like it. So no. I'll give it like a 5.5 out of 10. And while that sucks, in my opinion, this is a mixed bag. Triceratops. This, when I was assembling it, it kind of broke for some reason. I don't really know what really happened, but I plan to glue it later. Anyways, Triceratops, and boy, it's literally copy and paste Ark Survival evolved Triceratops. Anyways, let's look at the sculpting detail. It's very elephantine-like. You get these like larger feature scales all over the body and stuff. It's not really my favorite Triceratops. not just because it's inaccurate, but it's also very plain. If you did something like the Jurassic World Epic Evolution Triceratops, in my opinion, that would be at least a bit better. But you have all like exaggerated features, like the horns, these other horns. I mean, I get it. It's meant to be like mutated and stuff. But if the rest of the body just looks plain compared to the head, it just looks very lazy. Not to mention the plastic feels very, very cheap. Unless they're using like recycled Chinese plastic and stuff. It's odd. Not to mention my copy is currently like breaking and stuff. I mean, not just because of this, but it's also because of this. It's like partially splitting for some reason. And they didn't even bother to paint like the teeth in here. If you're gonna have an open mouth, at least paint the teeth. It will be like a good benefit and stuff. Instead of you just have this. For some reason, I don't know why. Anyways. Sculpt wise, oh no. Anyways, sculpt wise, I don't really like it, and I'm pretty sure you get what I mean. Now let's look at the paint and stuff. It looks very, very bland, which does make it a bit more. Which does make it what do you call it? More not accurate, more realistic. Unlike the brightly colored Pteranodon and Stomatosuchus and Afrovenator, the Triceratops, we start to get to more muted colors, more cooler muted colors and stuff. The only highlight I see is these little blotches and stuff. There's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colors. 6, 7. Anyways, there are 7 colors here that I counted. For some reason it has like the most amount. Wait, no. It has 6 colors. I already excluded this as like a color because that's basically the standard. There are 7 colors. There are 6 colors. I'm locking it in. You get like these little highlights here, which is similar to my baryonyx that I repainted, but it's a bit more just there. You do get like a little red eye and the same factory color, and for some reason you get like 3 different browns. This one here that's surrounding it does look black, but it is brown, trust me, or like a very dark brown and stuff. You get this like lighter, more greener brown, then you get this more reddish orangey brown. I don't get why they couldn't just like stick to one brown. I mean, this makes more sense, but here just looks weird, unless they wanted to add more like color variety. Or better yet, you could just grab this brown, use this brown to cover the rest of the body. It basically you could add like stripes and stuff to all over the body and stuff, and now at least mask the elephant like wrinkles and stuff. The proportions, not gonna lie, they're not that bad. Yes, its hip is in the air, but it's not really that bad. As towards the Ceratopsian, it doesn't have that much of a big tail. It's elephant-like, but it doesn't have that much elephant legs and stuff. And yeah, I guess the proportions are fine to some degree. If I were to recommend this to anyone, I'm pretty sure I'd recommend to someone who basically disregards accuracy and stuff and just like big cool bad dinosaur. But to me, I don't really mind it, so at least give it like a 6 out of 10. And yeah. Next up is this Ceratosaurus, one of the first dinosaurs I got in this toy line. Anyways, if we have a closer look, this is probably the most realistic one, kinda. You get all these like big scales and stuff. It's made to look more rocky and stuff. And please don't mind the little dirt and thingy. Anyways, the sculpting detail is, I kind of like it. It's giving this more rocky texture, like this rough look, and it's complemented by these like more grayer colors and stuff, more black, gray, green colors and stuff, which does make it a bit more realistic in terms of minimalism. And you get these clean teeth, like this clean jaw, these clean jaws, and not too small, they're not too big, they're just right. As you move down to the back, you do notice these like bigger scales and stuff. Also, Ceratosaurus did in fact have osteoderms, or at least like a little row of them. But they kind of just like scrapped that and then added these like more bigger spikes and stuff. I mean, I do understand where they're coming from. They do want to make it a little bit more jagged and stuff. But it would have been better if they just continued on a bit. Maybe like still have like a little spikes and stuff. Kind of like what you see with the Allosaurus from Jurassic World Dominion. Anyways, the same structure goes again. You get bigger, more jagged scales, you get more finer wrinkles, and in the middle is just like these average small fine scales. But in this case it's more jagged and bigger and more noticeable, which I do like the most. This would be at least my favorite figure here. The colors are minimal. Yes, it is minimal, but it's done right. It's decently around the body. Yeah, it's not covering the tail, but at least it goes over the body. I think I count like 1, 2, 3, 4 colors. 4 colors, that's basically like the amount that Stomatosuchus has. You do get the same factory color. For some reason it has like a slit eye, I don't get why, but it's there. And I'd say it's pretty good. In my opinion, this is like my favorite one out of these 8. It's yeah, it's given like this little, it's given like shrink wrapped head, but at least it complements it by having a pretty bulky body, which in real life Ceratosaurus did have to some extent. The proportions, I'm pretty sure would benefited from having like a longer tail, because boy, it does look a bit small. Same with what Afrovenator is going through. Yeah, I wish it did have like a longer tail and stuff. That's why I think I kind of like detached it and stuff, like break it off, so that I could like later on when I customize it, I give it more like a, you know, a longer tail. But that'll come in the future. Actually, currently, Metriacanthosaurus has like a pretty long body. Yes, it has like those spikes, but if you just remove them, it looks pretty good. And yeah, this has to do like, this is probably the top of my scoreboard in terms of like proportions and stuff. This is the top of my board for like colors and sculpting detail. It's exaggerated and not too exaggerated, if you get what I mean. Anyways, I'll probably give this like an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. If you like it and don't like it, or if you like it or don't like it, that's fine. And yeah. Anyways, I'm going to place that here. Second last, you got this, you have this pliosaurus. Anyways, yeah, at first glance, it does look good, but I'm pretty sure it's... No, I'll get to that. The sculpting details and stuff is pretty decent. It's not too exaggerated. There are these wrinkles everywhere. This is white. This does a better job than what that freaking fish-like scaled Plionodon did. It does have an underbite. I had no idea why it does have that. Maybe it did have that. Maybe, I don't know. But we are seeing in like a documentary I can't put my finger on right now. But yeah. It does have like that little shrink-wrapped head. And you do get these like bigger feature scales, but because it's like a marine creature, I'm pretty sure it would be like very fine and stuff. If you know what I mean, to make it more streamlined. I mean, yeah, sea turtles had that like giant shell on their back, but at least they have like bigger flippers to complement them. Speaking of bigger flippers, for some reason these flippers are way smaller than these flippers. I have no idea why that was a thing. Maybe it would make more sense if this was like on a, what's it called, like those crocodile lizards and stuff, the ones that had like those what's it called, Metriacanthosaurus or something. But in my mind, I'm pretty sure these, I'd rather have like these flippers be as big as these flippers, or the other way around, or I just make these smaller flippers here and these bigger flippers here, so at least it would like have like generated power, or at least like swim like a sea turtle. Like these are used for steering, while this is used for like power and stuff. But I'm pretty sure biometrics and stuff made it swim like these flippers go up and down and up and down and stuff. And yeah, you also notice that they have like these little holes and stuff for like maybe battle damage or something, but I'm pretty sure it would look better if it was like covered up and stuff, and maybe I would cover it up. Anyways, the colors here are very minimal. Like I see at least 3 colors max. You got this silver one, which is also on the belly. Actually, now that I realize, 4 color applications here. This silver, the base blue, this lighter blue, which is also on the flippers too. Well done, you actually achieved something. And this orange eye to contrast with everything else. And you got the same factory colors, split pupil of blue. And yeah, its proportions could be better. Like I said, I wish that they could have done something else with the flippers and stuff. It's, if you look from the side view, you could tell like this is a bit too wide, and if they kind of like shrinked it down a bit, like made it a bit more flat, then maybe it would look a bit better. But I get it. They need to like fit all these mechanics in and all that stuff. And yeah. So I'll give this like maybe if anyone would want to buy this, then sure, you could go buy it. But to me, it's not really like my fan favorite, so I'll give it at least a moderate 7 out of 10. And yeah, that's pretty okay to me. Yeah. And last but not least, you have the Cryolophosaurus. And I do have words. But first, let's get on to like the sculpting detail and stuff. It's not that bad. You get these like little bigger feature scales, you get these finer scales, and that's basically it. I mean, you also do get like this little rigid part, and you do get these like little quills and stuff, and you could tell that these are like made out of a different plastic because you could see like all the connecting lines and stuff. It is like made from a different plastic, more like a softer rubber, but it's still present. Yeah, anyways, yeah, it's not that bad. You get like these little feature scales running along the finer scales and stuff. If you look closer, you could tell that these like little finer scales are a bit more square-like, which is pretty good. And at least it's like a bit of a change from those normal not rectangle, oval or like circle scales and stuff. And yeah, it's probably like one of the more smoother dinosaurs you would ever find. I mean, besides the Triceratops. The colors, they have somewhat decently amount to say. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. No, 6 colors. You get 6 colors here. You get this underbelly, which at least goes up to the chest, but I wish it would like go a bit more down to the underbelly. You get these splotches and stuff. I really wish they would continue on to the tail and stuff. Not to mention, you get this like more greener application of like splotches and stuff. It would have been better if they made it like the same brown as this, so that not only does it have like continuity and stuff, but they could also have like, you could also possibly like continue down the back and stuff. It would at least be good. And it's basically the same thing of what the Stomatosuchus does. For some reason it has like random splotch of color, which I don't get why. Same with this. And yeah. Also really benefit if these little splotches of like spots would like continue up the leg instead of just like stopping at like the knee. And yeah. Also, I did realize something. Wave 2, or like the theropods here, like the carnivores, have like smaller arms and legs compared to the ones in wave 1. Like if you look at this, if you compare the Ceratosaurus to the Metriacanthosaurus, you could tell that this is way bigger than this. I have no idea what happened, but I do have a theory that they're trying to like slowly save up money by making them slightly smaller. But yeah, that's just my theory. It could be something else, but yeah. Although I wish it was bigger, or like around the same height, or like have the same big proportions, because man, these are small. Like if you look at the leg, wow. And when I was moving and stuff, the Cryolophosaurus, its legs were bent so it couldn't stand up properly. You see, it's kind of like tilting like very slightly. And I tried spreading the legs, and for some reason it literally like split apart. See, you see it right now? Doesn't even have that kind of articulation. I mean, yes, I get it. They're trying to, it's because of all the other like internal mechanisms in there, like the opening and closing of mouth, or the light in there, especially the lights. And yes, I get it. I get why they cut corners, and it's to appeal to that specific purpose, which is literally there. In fact, all of them have like lights and stuff. And they do have to work around what they got. And yes. And I really do appreciate their effort to at least try to work towards that standard. Anyways, I went a little bit off track. I would somewhat recommend this to like any young audience. The proportions are very small, and it is very noticeable with the Metriacanthosaurus and Cryolophosaurus when they're compared to like Ceratosaurus and Afrovenator. Like literally, Afrovenator is like the tallest out of the bunch. But I'm pretty sure, but another reason I'm pretty sure why they did this was to like make more longer features and stuff. Like it doesn't look as half bad as what you see with Afrovenator. Like it doesn't have that long legs, but if it's going smaller, at least add like a longer tail, because Cryolophosaurus is like related to Dilophosaurus to like some extent, so I'll probably make them have like some similarities, but yeah. And the neck is like too big and thick, which makes the head small. Maybe if they kind of like trim this off, like whatever this thing is, like these little quills and stuff, it would look a bit better. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I'll give this like maybe a 6.5 out of 10. I like it, but I also don't like it. And yeah. And that's it. That's my review of all 8 of them. I like this the most and don't like this the most. And I'm finally done. This is like a 45-minute video. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you want to see more of these reviews, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below what else you would like to see. Till next time, goodbye.